The direwolf returns. Once thought to be extinct for over 12,500 years, the direwolf is making headlines again. Some professionals in the zoology and ecological fields are calling it de-extinction. Austin American Statesman, April 2025. Dallas-based Colossal Biosciences announced that it has successfully resurrected the direwolf, a canine species that once roamed North America and went extinct 12,500 years ago. Continuing, Colossal researchers contacted museums and laboratories with direwolf specimens and got access to a tooth thought to be about 13,000 years old, found in Ohio, and a 72,000-year-old skull from Idaho. They extracted genetic material from the tooth, analyzed and sequenced the DNA using bioinformatics tools, and synthesized the DNA to implant into cells in a petri dish to create viable embryos to eventually birth dire wolves. MSN, What's Next? De-extinction Plans, April 2025. Colossal Biosciences caught our imagination and elicited memories of Jurassic Park. Continuing, the biotech company announced back in 2021 it would use cutting-edge genetics editing technology to bring back the woolly mammoth. Colossal Biosciences CEO Ben Lamm has been making the rounds of the media in the last few weeks. Lamm, a visionary entrepreneur, is also a fan of Game of Thrones, where direwolves symbolize House Stark's strength and loyalty. The noble House Stark family from Game of Thrones is deeply tied to the North, and their iconic direwolf sigil. Lamm's team named the first direwolf pups Romulus and Remus, drawing parallels to the legendary founders of Rome. The naysayers are already voicing their skepticism about the direwolf project. Headline at the BBC: Experts dispute claim direwolf brought back from extinction. Scientific American, quote, "This is a designer dog. This is a genetically modified gray wolf," end quote, says Jacqueline Gill, a paleoecologist at the University of Maine. Some science communicators with progressive views are raising ethical concerns and expressing worries about the potential environmental impact. The team. Ben Lamm is a graduate of Baylor University. He is a software developer based in Dallas, Texas. The core team of researchers includes Lamm, Beth Shapiro, and George Church, supported by over 130 scientists and advisors from various fields. Beth Shapiro is an evolutionary molecular biologist, a Rhodes Scholar. She has a PhD in zoology from the University of Oxford. She serves as the Associate Director for Conservation Genomics at UC Santa Cruz. George Church is a professor at Harvard Medical School and MIT. His groundbreaking contributions includes initiating the Human Genome Project and advancing CRISPR technology. Dr. Church has sparked debate over the years with his involvement in controversial topics, ranging from life extension research to the possibility of Neanderthal breeding projects. CRISPR, clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats. The scientists use ancient DNA and CRISPR to recreate the dire wolves from their closest relatives, the gray wolf. The process involved analyzing ancient direwolf DNA fragments and identifying the genetic differences that distinguish them from their closest relatives, the gray wolf. Using CRISPR genetic engineering, scientists reconstructed and synthesized a genome that closely mirrored the direwolf's, paving the way for its revival. Brief explanation of CRISPR. CRISPR is a groundbreaking gene editing technology that allows scientists to precisely modify DNA sequences in living organisms. It's like molecular scissors that target specific genetic codes to fix mutations, alter traits, or study diseases. A twist on selective breeding. The concept of backbreeding isn't new. Scientists have long considered reviving ancient species, with examples including the famed woolly mammoth and the Pyrenean ibex. Backbreeding involves selectively breeding animals over generations to emphasize traits that resemble an extinct species. It's a slower, less precise process that relies on existing genetic variation within a population. For example, identifying a small population of modern bovines that exhibit the most auric-like traits and carry traces of ancient DNA in their genomes. They then selectively breed these animals to amplify those characteristics. Backbreeding has already achieved remarkable progress with the aurochs. The Ararin project, based in southwest Germany, has emerged as a leader in this groundbreaking endeavor. From their website, by the year 2030, our expectations are that we will have managed to create a functional wild animal by backbreeding the closest relatives of the original aurochs. The Quagga project has made significant progress in selectively breeding zebras to resemble the extinct quagga. Over several generations, they have produced zebras with reduced striping on their hindquarters and a lighter coat color, traits characteristic of a quagga. Now the direwolf takes its place among species being revived through the marvels of advanced genetic engineering. Backbreeding or CRISPR, exploring options for reviving extinct hominids. Could this technology pave the way for the return of other extinct species like the Neanderthals? In 2010, Svante Pääbo and his team at the Max Planck Institute in Leipzig confirmed Neanderthal DNA in the Eurasian genome. A year later, Pääbo's assistant at Max Planck, Johannes Kraus, discovered Denisovan DNA in a pinky bone sent to the lab from Russian scientists. Soon after the Pääbo discoveries, Dr. Church predicted that within a decade, the technology would be available to bring back the Neanderthals. NBC News. Chunks of reconstructed genetic code could be used to reprogram human cells and produce increasingly Neanderthal-like stem cells. Quote, if we do that often enough, then we would generate a stem cell line that would get closer and closer to the corresponding sequences of the Neanderthal, end quote, Church told Der Spiegel. As NBC reported, Church in 2013 actually floated the idea of adventurous women being recruited to give birth to a Neanderthal baby. Backbreeding to produce modern Neanderthals? According to Professor John Hawks, University of Wisconsin, Otzi the Iceman 5,000 years ago had 5.5% Neanderthal DNA. Some European ethnics score significantly higher on family history tests, such as 23andMe, than the average 2% Neanderthal. It is not uncommon for some test takers to get results of +4 or even +5%. Kristen Vogt-Wegerberg, a PhD student at the University of Illinois at Chicago, penned an article at Mass Live in 2020. Her and her brother, of German ancestry, some Scandinavian, got a DNA test number result of 4% Neanderthal. And as we have chronicled extensively on this channel, a number of European ethnic celebrities have striking Neanderthal features. Other genomics breakthroughs. Colossal is not alone in pushing the boundaries of cutting-edge genetic research. It stands among a bold new wave of pioneers exploring groundbreaking technologies. Together, they are reshaping our understanding of life itself, unlocking doors to possibilities once thought to be the realm of science fiction. Back in 2019, Dr. Alison Moultrie, a Brazilian neuroscientist, made waves by successfully introducing Neanderthal-specific genetic variants into human stem cells. Discover 2019. Alison Moultrie, UCSD geneticist, leads one of the teams using ancient DNA and cutting-edge gene editing to create Neanderthal mini-brains of our evolutionary kin, grown in petri dishes. And recent breakthroughs in proteomics have enabled scientists, including Queens College, New York professor Thomas Plummer and his team, to extract protein sequences from 2 million-year-old Paranthropus robustus fossils. This groundbreaking work sets the stage for the potential reintroduction of ancient hominids, including Paranthropines, Homo naledi, and the Hobbits or Homo floresiensis. It could even potentially include the famous Lucy, Australopithecus afarensis. Church, Lamm, and Shapiro have recently stayed silent about any Neanderthal plans, keeping the public guessing about their next steps. According to a press release from Colossal Biosciences, they hope to welcome their first woolly mammoth calves by 2028, a groundbreaking leap in the world of genetic engineering. In 2013, George Church predicted the likely return of Neanderthals within a decade. While a timeline for Neanderthals remains uncertain, Ben Lamm and Colossal seem to be on the path to ensuring that by 2028, the woolly mammoths will walk the earth once more. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please check out our other videos on this channel on Neanderthals. In fact, we have an entire playlist on Neanderthals of about 20 different videos. See you soon.